What is up everybody, I'm hoping you're all well. Apologies for the 2-week hiatus, I haven't uploaded a video since my Captain Marvel review. The reason for that has been a little bit busy, and although I have been to see some movies, I haven't been as passionate or as driven to actually record my reviews. I don't know why, I've been feeling a bit meh recently, but I'm over that now. I'm a lot better, I'm back to my usual self. I'm even standing again now to just get more energy out to my reviews from you guys. And I'm pretty sure I just got my words jumbled there, so clearly I'm back to my usual self. And I've just been to see Jordan Peele's new thriller, Us. And I want to talk about it, so let's talk about it. And just one more thing before I get onto this review. The group of people who are sat in front of me in this screening, I think there were about 6 of you. 4 of you probably did this throughout the entire film. You were constantly on your phone messaging people. I don't know how people can go to a movie, pay a ticket to see a movie they want to see, or I presume want to see because they're buying the ticket, sit there and just go on their phones messaging people for the entire runtime of the film. It's incredibly distracting to those around you, especially to those directly behind you like I was, because I'm constantly looking at a light just appear at the bottom of my eye and I'm getting caught by it. I'm looking at it rather than looking at the film I should be looking at. I don't understand how people can do this. It's not hard to just switch off your phone, watch the film you're paying to see, and then when you leave, check your likes, check your messages, whatever it is the hell you're checking, do it then. It's not hard to do. But with that little rant out of the way, you don't really want to hear about that. You want to hear my thoughts on Us. So let's get into this review. Us. So Us is the latest movie directed by Jordan Peele, who also wrote and directed Get Out, and although I didn't get a chance to review that movie upon its release, I absolutely love that movie. It was one of the best movies of 2017. This movie stars Lupita Nyong'o, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing her name there, I apologise if I pronounced it wrong, and Winston Duke. They are going to their summer house with their children to just basically soak up the sun, have a good time and connect as a family. However, their fun family holiday is ruined when they notice a family stood at the end of their driveway. Things then go from bad to worse as they realise this family look exactly like them, they are their doppelgangers, and the reason they're after them is unknown. The only clear thing that they actually know is there are some very sinister thoughts going on with this doppelganger family and the plans they have for their family. And with that said, we have a new thriller by Jordan Peele, and the reason I say thriller more than horror is although it does have some horror elements in there, it does lean more towards the thriller side of things, and that's not a problem at all. You can have a lot of horror elements in a film without it being too horrifying or necessarily classed as a horror, but I do feel like the tone of this movie, or the genre of this movie even, is a genuine thriller, or a suspense thriller even. And with that said, this movie is incredibly suspenseful. Jordan Peele has crafted a very horrifying movie whilst also keeping up the humour in the film. As we know, he's coming from a comedic background, working with Keegan-Michael Key on Key and Peele. So his background in comedy, he's able to blend comedy and horror in ways that other directors and filmmakers I don't think necessarily can. I didn't feel a joke in this movie was really out of place or didn't really work, except for one particular moment which I'll get into in just a moment. The majority of the comedy in this movie worked really well and definitely helped the audience relax during the more suspenseful moments. As for the more horror elements in this film, there are a blend of different horror genres in this movie which I think worked really well together. Unlike other filmmakers, he's able to blend these mixing tones really effectively. There wasn't a moment in the movie where the tone changed and the pacing suddenly dropped. It kept a good pace throughout the runtime, only escalating as it got towards the climax of the film. And I feel like that's not only down to the fantastic writing and directing of Jordan Peele, but also the editing for the film. It felt very effortless, very seamless. The editing for this movie was fantastic. There weren't any cuts that felt out of place or mistimed. And the movie looked and sounded great as well. Not only was it able to build tension just through little sounds here and there, but the score for this movie was fantastic. It's very rare that a horror movie score will actually resonate with me. The last horror movie score that I feel really hit me was It Follows. But I have to say, I love the score for this movie. It helped add the tension to the film, it helped raise the stakes for the characters, it helped put you on the edge of your seat whilst also helping you sit back and relax when you needed to. As for the cast of this movie, they all did an incredible job. Lupita Nyong'o, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing her name right, and probably not. She was absolutely fantastic in this movie. Not only did she play her role as the mother very well, but she also played her doppelganger incredibly well, more so than the other guys did. However, her doppelganger is given more to do in the movie. Without giving too much away, I won't say anything else about it, but I really bought into these two different aspects of her character. Now, once I see Lupita as herself playing two characters, I generally saw these two opposing characters, these two opposing forces and characteristics going at one another. So I have to give massive props for her performance, as I do for Winston Duke, who is also fantastic in this movie. He's more the comedic relief in this movie though, and as I said, there is a moment in this movie where some of the comedy didn't necessarily work. The reason for that is there's a very suspenseful scene which just keeps building and building the tension, and then makes it all just fall apart by having him start talking and cracking a few jokes. Granted, the jokes worked and made me laugh, but I feel like I would have got more out of it if they'd have kept that tension there and just left me there for ages, just keeping me on edge as to what's going to happen next. But it didn't do that. It made a joke, and all the suspense in that particular scene was then just thrown away. Other than that though, he gave a fantastic performance, as did the two young children in this movie. Now normally children in horror movies, are sometimes more than likely the downfall of a horror movie. Granted, in recent years, child performances in horror movies have been a lot better. Lulu Wilson definitely being an example of this in her performance in Ouija, Origin of Evil and Annabelle Creation. Tabitha Bateman also being one to mention there from Annabelle Creation. She gave a fantastic performance. And just like the two I've just mentioned, the kids in this movie were fantastic. Not only in playing themselves, but also in playing their evil doppelgangers. Not only is it difficult for child actors normally to stand up to more adult actors, mainly because they haven't got that experience. I'm not saying that they're bad actors. They can always grow and learn new techniques as they go along. But because they're still very young, they're not normally as experienced as the adult actors, and you can always normally tell. These guys definitely held their own in the adults they shared with the older actors in the movie. And I have to give massive props to both of their performances. They were both fantastic. My only real major issue with this movie is the way the movie ends. It does it in a way where we could have had a very ambiguous ending, and it could have been one of those movies that's talked about for years. Every time you're out with your friends and someone brings it up, you could start a discussion as to, oh, it could be this, or it could be this. Oh, but if you look at the evidence for this, it could also be this. But no, instead of keeping that ambiguity and having it a movie that's talked about for years, he just gives us the answer then and there, and we're just like, oh, okay. Don't get me wrong, I loved the twist at the end of the film, but I didn't necessarily need the answer needed to be given away like that. I feel like it generally could have kept people talking as soon as they left the film and the credits were rolling. But other than that though, guys, Us is an incredibly suspenseful thriller that I highly recommend checking out. It's a fantastic movie. Jordan Peele proves once again that he knows this genre. I do personally prefer Get Out just a little bit above Us, but Us is still a fantastic movie nonetheless. I highly recommend checking it out if you enjoyed Get Out. If you didn't enjoy Get Out, you may not like this movie. However, having said that, it is also on a different tonal level than Get Out, so you may enjoy it in other parts. I personally love the film. I can't wait to see it again, and I'm going to give Us 4 stars. So, Us, have you guys seen it yet? What do you think about it? Whatever you thought, let me know in the comment section below. And where exactly does Us rate between Get Out for you? Do you prefer Get Out or do you prefer this movie? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks to those for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you want to see more videos just like this one, then subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks again for watching. You guys are awesome, and I will see you all in the next video.